everyone, it's Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
It's time for the book club article. Today is day one of our two-day article called The Wild Robot.
Yeah, 没错，又到了我们好书俱乐部的时间了，对不对？好，我们今天要介绍的好书呢，它叫做 The Wild Robot 荒野机器人。那我们这是2天的文章，所以我们今天会先介绍第一天的内容。
That's right. We're on pages 28 and 29. Of course, today is April 13th, and I really like the title of the story. We have a wild robot. Maybe it lives in nature, or it doesn't have like culture, 文化. We'll find out in our story written by Peter Brown.
The Wild Robot. The Wild Robot is a novel for young readers that was written by Peter Brown. It tells the story of Roz, a robot that learns to live among the animals on a deserted island. Roz is manufactured as one of 500 identical robots. When their cargo ship is wrecked at sea, she is the only one to survive. All the other robots are broken or lost in the accident. Roz washes up on the shore of an island, where she is found by a group of sea otters. The otters accidentally push her activation button, and Roz wakes up. The otters are frightened, and they run away. Roz is left alone to discover her new home. During the time Roz lives on the island, she learns to imitate the animals. She studies their language, gains their trust, and seeks their advice for survival. This provides an interesting look at what might happen when technology and nature are in contact with each other. The book is dedicated to all the robots of the future, and it makes us wonder if robots like Roz could ever find a place to belong in our world.
All right, before we jump into paragraph 1, let's look at our subtitle today. Technology collides with nature in Peter Brown's story.
Yeah, 我们在看到我们内文之前呢，我们先不妨看一下我们的副标题。在副标题上面，它写说 Technology collides with nature in Peter Brown's story. 如果你有看影片的话，老师一直在做这个动作。Why? 因为 collide 这个字就是那种两个东西迎头撞上 ，boom 这种感觉。
C-O-L means together. So if something collides, then two things come together, usually with a lot of force. 很用力 and boom. So there we go. Let's jump into paragraph 1. The Wild Robot is a novel for young readers that was written by Peter Brown. Wow, this is like the perfect passive voice sentence.
没错，老师说这个地方被动语态的用法真的是太好了。你看他说 The Wild Robot 这个地方注意它是用斜体字，斜体字的话代表它是一个作品。好，这本书呢，好，荒野机器人 is a novel for young readers that was written by Peter Brown. 他就告诉你说，它是一本小说，是给这种年轻的读者看的。然后呢，这个小说呢 that was written by Peter Brown 就告诉我们作者他的名字叫做 Peter Brown。That
means Peter Brown did the action. Peter Brown wrote the story. Peter Brown wrote The Wild Robot. So why do we want to use passive voice? Why do we flip the sentence? The Wild Robot was written by Peter Brown. Because we want to talk more about the story, not Peter Brown. If you say Peter Brown wrote the story 怎么样？我们追的下一个句子 is probably about Peter Brown, not the Wild Robot. But because today we want to talk about the Wild Robot, then we should use passive voice. 所以下一句 we think it should be about the Wild Robot, 不是作者 Peter Brown.Yeah,
没有错。在这里的话，我们就了解到被动语态使用它的重要性是什么呢？就是你要把重心是摆在对的位置上头。如果我们今天要讲的主题呢，是讲到 Peter Brown 这个作者，然后下句也讲 Peter Brown， 再下句也讲 Peter Brown， 那我们可能会讲 Peter Brown wrote this book。但是如果你的重心是讲说这本书内容怎么样，然后还有这本书怎么样，重心在书的话，你会用被动语态的方式，先把书呈现出来 The Wild Robot， 然后再去讲说他刚好顺便说一下他作者叫这个名字。
We're really talking with our hands.
That's right.
Our next sentence, it tells the story of Roz, a robot that learns to live among the animals on a deserted island.
好，在这边的话，第二句话就说了 ，It tells the story of Roz。好，他就告诉你说，他是在讲 Roz 的故事。后面这个逗号呢 ，a robot that 怎样怎样，就是讲到 Roz 他的这个，他是一个机器人，他不是一个真的人哦。好，是一个同位语的感觉。好 ，Roz a robot that learns to live among the animals on the deserted island。他就告诉你说，这个机器人呢，他会学着如何跟其他的动物一起在荒岛上生活。
That's exactly right. Among means with the animals. So Roz the robot can get very close to these animals. These animals are not afraid of Roz. That's why we use the word among. It feels like you are next to them, close to them with this sentence. Deserted is an adjective that means there used to be people, but now there's no more people.
没错，在这个地方我们看一下 deserted 这个字，这个字是来自于动词 desert， 就是代表说之前可能这个地方有人住，后来呢大家陆陆续续可能离开了，之后呢就把这个荒岛废弃了，才会变成荒岛嘛。所以 desert 这个字本来就是把它丢弃、不要了、不管了这样的感觉。
All right, with that, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we got paragraph 2. Hey, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on the book club article. Today is day 1, and we're on pages 28 and 29. Roz is manufactured as one of 500 identical robots.
好，我们来看第二段的第一句话，他说 Roz is manufactured as one of 500 identical robots. 所以这里的话，第一个要注意的就是这个字manufactured， 好 ，manufacture 这个字的话就是制造的意思。然后 one of 500 identical robots，identical that means the same， 好，就它其实上是量产的500个机器人中的其中一个。
That's right, 100% the same. Let's look at the word manufactured. Now, the verb just is to manufacture. And we can break this word up into two pieces. We have the man, then we have fac. F-A-C, not F-A-C-T. Okay? Now, F-A-C, fac, you probably know from the word factory. Factory, 工厂, it means to work. That F-A-C means to work there. Now, man, 在这边, it doesn't mean like, you know, Anthony and me, we are men. No, it means to move, okay? So it means to do something. So we have working and doing something to manufacture, to make.
没错，所以老师刚刚特别提到这个 manufacture 里面的 FAC 的这个意思的话，其实就是 to work， 好，就是去工作。像老师刚刚提到这个 factory， 就是呢工厂的意思，在工厂里面大家都要制作东西那种感觉嘛，所以这样就知道说，慢慢你会看到许许多多的字根，它有一些类似的意思。
Let's continue. When their cargo ship is wrecked at sea, she is the only one to survive. Wow, that's sad.
所以第二句话你看到了 when their cargo ship is wrecked at sea， 这边特别注意一下 cargo ship 就指那种货运的那个货船。好，当他们这个运送这个机器人的货船呢，在海上碰到了，发生了这种船难，对不对 ？She is the only one to survive。500个机器人里面，搞不好他只有一个人，就他一个生存下来。
What was the boat from Taiwan that got stuck in the
Oh, 这个长次号嘛，对不对 ？Oh, wow.
That's a cargo ship, all right?
Right, that's right.
Oops. All right. Oops, yeah, exactly. Look at the word to survive. Underline VIV. VIV means senho. It means alive. It means to live, okay? If you play video games, maybe you know VIT, vitality. 通常这个控制你的 HP. 你每次看到 VIV 还是 VIT 是有关生命。
没错，在这里的话 survive 这个字的话就是幸存下来。如果说今天你看到这个 survive 里面有 VIV 或是老刚刚提到 VIT， 你玩电动的话，你都会看到那是你的血条，如果血条用完了你就挂了。
Or like vitamin, VIT.
没错，维他命，对不对？是维持你生命的东西。
Let's continue. All the other robots are broken or lost in the accident.
所以他就继续告诉你说他是唯一幸存的嘛。后面他就讲说 All the other robots， 其他的499个呢，怎么样 ？Are broken or lost in the accident. The accident 就是指这个船难，在船难之中呢，要么就是破损了、损坏了，或者是整个都不见了。
That's right. Anthony's got a very good point here because we also can say lose your life. And that doesn't mean, 我找不到. It means you died. And so these robots, we'll see, they kind of are alive. And so when we say lost in the accident, maybe it's just 他们不见了, they're in the ocean, or the robot's dead. It doesn't work anymore. So this is a very... Honestly, the Chinese is very important here because you could say 不见了 or 死掉, right?
Yeah, 可以。
Yeah. Let's continue here. Roz washes up on the shore of an island where she is found by a group of sea otters, which are very cute.
哦，没错，在这地方我看到的也是 sea otters。哦，我记得那时候我去那个加州的时候，有去到他们那个 sea otter 的那个水生馆，然后里面有很多什么，那时候哈利波特很流行，他们就出现那个 hairy otters， 就是毛很多的这个海獭，所以这句话呢，你先看一下，他说 Roz washes up on the shore of an island， 但是他呢就被冲刷到，他被冲到这个海岸边上，哈，刚好是我们刚刚提到的这个荒岛。Where 这边 where 就指 on the island， 哈 ，she was found by a group of sea otters， 她居然是被一群海獭，很可爱的海獭给发现了。
Okay, now wash up is also another useful verb for everyday English. You don't have to be on a boat. Okay? Think you're in PE class and it's a really hot day and you're very sweaty, but you don't want to go to class and be very smelly, so you can wash up at the sink. This does not mean take a shower, take a bath. This means like you have a sink and you can wash under your arms, wash your face a little bit, get a little bit clean at a sink, maybe with soap, but you're not 100% clean. You're a little bit cleaner to wash up.
哦，所以在这里的话，老师提到说，如果你今天刚上完体育课，全身臭烘烘的，你不想赶快回到教室里头去臭人家，你决定呢去先到这个可能盥洗室啦，或是浴室啦等等，你稍微把自己弄得打点一下啊，洗一洗这样子。虽然没有100%干净，但至少就是不要那么臭，所以这样的话也可以用 wash up 来表达。
To wash up, that's right.
That's right.
The otters accidentally push her activation button and Roz wakes up.
Wow! 所以这边还看到哦，他就说 The otters accidentally push her activation button. 这边要特别注意一下 activation button 就是它的启动键，它可能还是没有被启动的样子，还是不能动嘛。然后这个 sea otter 觉得这什么碰一下，就活起来了，对不对 ？And Roz wakes up， 还在这里话用单纯是来感觉到说，好像在你面前正在讲述这个事情的发生。
The otters are frightened and they run away, which makes me sad because they're so cute.
没有错。当你今天看到那个，你想象一下那个海獭的心情，他说碰个东西，突然那个机器人就活起来了，他可能海獭说发生什么事了，喂，就赶快跑走了，就是那种感觉，很可爱，对不对 ？The otters are frightened， 就是被吓到了 ，and they run away， 然后就跑走了。哦 ，sad。
Now we could say scared or afraid. 我们这边不可以说 scary。Scary means 你觉得一个事情你会自己被吓到。So the movie is scary. I am scared. I am afraid. I am frightened.
没错，在这里的话特别注意一下，如果你用 VPP 的话，是表达主词的情绪跟心情。如果你今天讲说 movie is scary or something is lions are scary， 但是这个时候是 lion 把旁边的人吓坏了，他自己的情绪是没有啦，他没有讲到自己的情绪。但如果说今天 lions 碰到人类，好害怕，躲起来 ，lions are scared， 用这种方式去表达他的心情。
Roz is left alone to discover her new home.
好，最后一句话就说了 ，Roz is left alone。Be left alone 就是被留下来一个人，其他人都跑掉了嘛，应该说其他海獭都跑掉了，所以只剩他一个机器人在这个地方 to discover her new home， 慢慢去感受一下这个新家的样貌。
All right, with that, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we got paragraph 3. Hey everyone, it's Enjoy English School. It's time for paragraph 3. Let's finish up today. Our sentence begins during the time Roz lives on the island. She learns to imitate the animals.
好，我们来看最后一段这个地方，他提到说 ，During the time Roz lives on the island, don't forget， 帮我把这个 on 给圈起来。On the island， 好，我们当然会用 on 来跟 island 来搭配。当他在这个住在岛上这个时间里头呢 ，she learns to imitate the animals， 他就开始学会模仿各式各样的这种动物的声音啦，或是行为啊，这样用 imitate 来表达模仿这个动作。
I heard a really good story this weekend. Yeah. So the story was some animals can imitate other animals. Now we can imitate animals, but other animals imitate other animals too.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Oh.
So there is a bird in North America, and it's a jay, which is a bigger bird, and they're very smart, but they're not the biggest birds.
OK， 所以说今天呢，在那个北美的话，有一种鸟 ，like a mockingjay, right?
It's like a mockingjay, but it's not a mockingjay.
不是那种学舌鸟，但是一种鸟类，它呢是很大只的鸟，但是不是那边最大只的。
And they can imitate the call, the sound of a hawk, a bird that will eat other birds. So other birds are afraid of this hawk sound.
哦，所以它可以学那个大老鹰的那个叫声，然后它一学了之后，其他鸟都会吓到，赶快躲起来，因为他们知道说哇，大老鹰来了，赶快躲。它用这种方式去吓走它的同类。
So 有一些人很会了解鸟的话 they can hear it and say, oh no, that's not a real hawk, that's the jay. So people thought the jay imitates the hawk so it can eat food, it scares the other birds away, but that's not true. The jay imitates the hawk just because the bird wants to imitate the hawk. It scares the other birds away, and maybe the jay thinks it's funny.
Okay.
We don't know why it just makes this hawk sound just sometimes.
Yeah, I know. 我觉得很好玩。老师刚刚就提到说，很多这个研究学家讲说，他要学这个大老鹰的叫声，是因为他吓走同类之后，他就可以独享这个区域的食物了。但是后来发现好像不是这样，他只是学爽的，他觉得好开心哦，吓到大家，帅啦，I can do that.
People study this and they're like, we don't know why.
Yeah, 他为啥这样做
The bird is a jerk. J-E-R-K. 凶凶的. All right, let's continue here. She studies their language, gains their trust, and seeks their advice for survival.
OK， 所以他就讲说 ，she studies their language。好，果然他学的话不只是学他们的声音而已，他就去模仿学习他们的语言 ，gains their trust， 慢慢获得这些动物的信任 ，and seeks their advice for survival， 而且从他们身上去讨教说，在这个地方要如何生存下去。
This provides an interesting look at what might happen when technology and nature are in contact with each other.
好，接下来下句话就说了 ，This provides an interesting look。这个地方的 look 是一个观点哦。好，这不是讲说看起来怎么样，它是一个观点，好，一个名词。At what might happen when technology and nature are in contact with each other. In contact, be in contact with each other 就是两个互相碰了面，碰在一起的时候，到底科技碰到自然的时候会产生什么样的火花？在这个书里面，它有提供一个可能的发生的情况。
And just like Anthony said, C-O-N, 很像 C-O-L collides in our subtitle. C-O-N and C-O-L mean together. So 如果碰在一起 they must touch. They must be together.
没错，所以在这里的话 ，C-O-N 或是老师刚刚讲的 C-O-L collide 的这个东西都是 together 的意思，他们就是撞在一起了，看看有什么火花。
The book is dedicated to all the robots of the future, and it makes us wonder if robots like Roz could ever find a place to belong in our world.
好，所以他这边就提到说了 ，This book is dedicated to all the robots of the future。我们先讲一下这个书 be dedicated to 的用法，其实是要献给谁谁谁的。好，在这里的话 ，all the robots of the future 这本书是要献给未来所有的机器人们 ，and it makes us wonder，让我们去思考，去想说，哇 ，if robots like Roz could ever find a place to belong in our world， 它也可以让我们去思考一件事，说到底，一个机器人能不能够在我们现在这个环境里头，在自然里头，能不能够找到容身之地？
So very quickly, Roz is a robot, but the book says she and uses female pronouns a lot. 什么东西啊，叫 robot 应该是 it, right? 没错 usually, but when you feel close to an animal or a thing, we can say he and she. My cats, I all use he and she. I never say it. It 感觉到 really you don't know if it's a boy or a girl. If you say it, it feels cold. She and he, you feel closer to Roz.
没有错。所以在这里的话，他不断用 she 用这个女性的这种称呼 she 来去说明这个 Roz， 而不会用 it， 因为 it 给人感觉是比较冰冷、比较有距离感。但如果说今天你是看着这个机器人一路这样子旅途上呢，碰到许多事情，你要跟他比较靠近的话，那必须要使用一个 he 或 she 来去感觉到那种亲近感。所以在这里的话，他用 she 来表达这个机器人哦。
All right, it's time for vocab review. It's time for vocab review, and our first word today is an adjective, deserted.
Deserted 在这边的话是当一个形容词的感觉，在这边的话 on a deserted island 就是一个荒岛，然后大家都离开的那种荒岛。
Number 2, to manufacture.
To manufacture 就是去制造的意思，不要忘记老师提到 FAC 就是 to work。
Now we have a past participle, wrecked. So the verb is to wreck, but really this is passive, to be wrecked.
To be wrecked 通常在提到这个就是被破坏的意思，在这里的话呢指的是船难 like a shipwreck.
That's right. Number 4, we have accidentally.
Accidentally 就是意外地怎样的。
And our next word, we have another past participle, to be frightened. We can make this the base form, to frighten.
这个字的话 to frighten 就是去吓到人家，那如果说用被动 to be frightened 就是被什么东西吓到了。
Another verb, to imitate.
To imitate 就是去模仿其他人的行为或者是语言。
Next we have to gain somebody's trust.
就是去试着得到他人的信任。
And lastly today, to be in contact with somebody.
To be in contact with somebody 就是去跟那个人接触，有产生接触。
Now that's it for today, day 1. We'll be back with day 2 tomorrow, so don't miss it. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.